So a couple of months ago, I fell off my boat, went in the middle of winter, snapped my favorite TD Black, my 1 to 3 kilo 610, snapped it just clean down there at the handle. And one of my favorite reels, my 1000 FL Stratic, went in and got a complete dunking. It was a disaster. It was the middle of winter and I was going to hide it from you, but then I thought, you know what? I've seen a couple of videos over the last few weeks from Fisherman's Diary and Trax Fishing, where those guys have just been completely honest about the accidents that they've had on the water. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I could man up too and just do a little video to say that I fell off my boat. I got disconnected from my boat just momentarily, but it happened. I fell out of my boat. I've been boating for 40 years. I'm the last person that I would have thought would fall out of my boat. It's the first accident that I've ever had on a boat, and I got disconnected through sheer stupidity. And Fisherman's Diary and Trax Fishing have got some really cool videos where they're just honest about what happened. You'll find the Fisherman's Diary one easy, where he sinks his canoe when he's offshore and he's got to swim it back. Trax Fishing, he runs his boat into a sandbar at high speed, and he sits down and has a chat about that. So I was going to hide it from you. I was just going to pretend that nothing happened. But the weekend that I did this, on a serious note, there was a guy offshore fishing and he was in a really capable boat, sounded like he had a lot of experience. Somehow he got disconnected from his boat and they never found him. So it's just been on my mind over and over and over about whether I should talk about it. It's a real simple accident, and I thought, you know what, I can just do a quick video, tell you about my moment of stupidity. You can laugh at me. We can laugh at me snapping a $200 rod and bathing a $300 reel. And I'll tell you quickly what happened. So it was the middle of winter. I was absolutely freezing cold. Now I got this little 3-meter Achilles inflatable, and on the seat, strapped, the seat goes through there on the, a little rubber Achilles inflatable. I have the 3 rod holders here, and 2 of these rods had gotten tangled together, and I turned the camera off. I wish I had it on video. I don't. These 2 rod tips have got tangled, and so I thought, you know what, I'll just climb up onto this seat, this slippery painted seat that you see here. That goes like that in my boat. You would have seen it in some of the videos. And I thought I'll stand up here and I'll untwist those 2 rod tips with the braid that's got tangled around each other. It gets better. Stop laughing. I can see you laughing. You know where this is going to go, right? I had, because it was the middle of winter and it was freezing, I had socks on. And so in my moment of stupidity, I stood on a painted seat in a rubber boat with this kind of flexing a little bit. And I was on my tippy toes and I was reaching up and I was untwisting the rod tips while cursing the rods out, which is why I'd turned the video off. And in the blink of an eye, I was in the water. Just slipped off the seat because I was stiff and cold. It was early winter morning, and just went straight into the water. Just bang, in the blink of an eye, I was in the water. Oh, look, I was up in the estuary. I was only in about 1.5 meters, so no harm done. I fell in, got over the shock of it, just jumped back into the boat, retrieved my rod, which had this on it. This spent about a good 30 seconds, 45 seconds, maybe a bit longer. I didn't realize it was in the water. I got back into the boat and then I saw this kind of going glub, glub, glub down. Might have spent, up to about 1 minute in the water. Grabbed this quickly and got back into the boat and thought, got my rod and reel back, not too much harm done. And then, as I composed myself, looked over at this. I'd fallen over this. This other TD Black was sitting in the rod holder there, and I'd fallen down and I'd gone down and just kablam. My favorite rod ever, the most used rod that I own, is this 1 to 3 kilo TD Black, and bang, the handle is just, it's snapped, it's buckled. This rod is not salvageable. So I didn't want to make a video and lecture you about safety. I mean, I don't like to be lectured myself, so I'm not going to lecture you. But I just wanted to do a quick video because I saw those videos from Fisherman's Diary and from Trax, where they've just been honest about the accidents that they had. I had an accident as well. I got disconnected from my boat momentarily, and yeah, I couldn't believe it. I'd be the last person that I would think something like this would happen to, but it happened. It was just one momentary stupid decision, and I was in the water. So I just want you to think about next time you're headed out, whether you're on the yak, on the sup, or in your boat, just think about safety. Before you do something silly, just have think it through. I actually did think, this is not the smartest idea standing up on the seat, but I've done it before, who cares? And what do you know, I went into the water. So if you get that thought pass through your head that maybe this is not the smartest idea, don't do it. You're part of our community, and I want you to come back to the shore safe. All right, that's it. See ya.